Thank you so much for joining us here today. We are so excited to have Atlas here for you at CES doing live autonomous material handling. Today we're going to be showing you one of two demos that we're doing at CES. This is our research version of Atlas that we've brought live here to you. And for this demo, we're going to show Atlas doing a Hyundai task that exists in facilities around the world. We're using real Hyundai equipment and real Hyundai parts as a part of this process. What we've done here today is bring the Boston Dynamics lab here to you at CES in person. In this demonstration, we aren't just demoing, we're showing you what the live experimentation and development process looks like at Boston Dynamics. Before we came here to CES, just the day before, in our prep for the event, we trained Atlas on how to do this roof rack handling task. We trained Atlas with a few hours of data on how to build these roof racks, and then in this demonstration, we're going to be showing you live how Atlas does this task autonomously all on its own. Keelan here is live using a teleop headset as a part of this demonstration. What we've done is we've brought a screen here to let you know when Atlas is working autonomously and when Keelan needs to jump in and help Atlas out to correct any mistakes it might make. The benefit of this approach is that when Keelan corrects Atlas, Atlas gets smarter. We want to increase the reliability of the behaviors that run on our robot, and this is one of the many research methods that we're using to do this. We train the robot using a few different techniques. One is with teleoperation, which is using the same setup that Keelan has on, but we actually manually control the robot when we're training it. The other method that we use to train Atlas is through a method called reinforcement learning. That's where we train Atlas in simulation. We can run the behavior on the robot thousands and thousands of times and make sure that Atlas is robust to all kinds of environmental variation and robust to many different backgrounds and environments.
With AI robotics at our side, our potential.
All of the data that we feed Atlas helps it learn how to manipulate new parts, work in new environments, and work with new types of equipment. The way that we train Atlas is the same for any task. So even though we're unloading roof racks here, we could be unloading dishes. It doesn't matter to Atlas what it's doing. We'll be working in automotive manufacturing facilities first. It's important to us that we build a tool that's useful in industrial environments because industrial teams are really good at launching breakthrough technology. We want to learn and prove how to make Atlas reliable in these types of industrial facilities and prove that Atlas is safe and a reliable member of the workforce first before we expand into other settings like home and retail. We want to set realistic and appropriate expectations about what Atlas can and can't do, so that's part of our strategy as we think about moving Atlas out into the real world. Beyond automotive, we'll be working in industrial settings like semiconductor manufacturing facilities, we'll be working in beverage facilities, logistics facilities, and fulfillment centers around the world. On Monday, we announced our newest version of Atlas. You'll notice that the version of Atlas that's doing this task looks a little bit different than the one over here. This version of Atlas is our research platform. It has the latest and greatest hardware technology from 1 year ago when we revealed our first electric version of Atlas. With this tool, we were able to learn what we wanted to take from our old version of hardware and bring into our product generation of Atlas. Over the last few years, we visited hundreds of customer facilities to hear directly from them about what Atlas needs to have in order to be useful in industrial environments. This version of Atlas is built to take on the most challenging tasks that exist in industry. It has the ability to lift up to 110 pounds in temperatures up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. This shows that Atlas was designed to do physically demanding work in physically demanding environments. If you work at a facility that's hot down south where the temperatures get really high, and you have a facility that's not air conditioned, Atlas can still work in those environments and do really rigorous manual labor. This version of Atlas also has 4 hours of battery life and 2 battery packs inside of it. Then it swaps on its own autonomously for continuous operation, running 24/7. Again, designed for manufacturing, designed to be there when our customers need it, and designed based on shift schedules and environments as they exist today. This version of Atlas was built for serviceability, it was built to be reliable, and it was built to be really easy to build so that we can deliver on the scale promises that we're making for a robot that is able to do so many different types of tasks. This version of Atlas has field replaceable units that can be swapped within 5 minutes. That means that it's really, really easy to fix Atlas if anything goes wrong. And again, helps to deliver on that scale promise. If you're gonna have hundreds of thousands of these robots out in the world, they need to be really easy to maintain. This robot has a consistent actuator design throughout it. You'll notice that the limbs look pretty different than they do on the first version of Atlas. And that's because we're sharing actuators. We're using far fewer actuators in our new version of Atlas than we were in the old version of Atlas. In our head, we have 360-degree cameras. That allows us to see obstacles, people, forklifts, and avoid those obstacles the same way that Spot does. Stopping within 2 meters of a person, stopping work, and then resuming work when we move out of our safety bubble. Atlas will have that same onboard technology as Spot does today, built in from day one. Our newest version of Atlas also has integrated barcode scanners. It will be integrated into our customers' WMS systems and warehouse management systems, into their manufacturing execution systems, because we need to be live updating your systems with what Atlas is doing. We're moving inventory, and we need to be telling customer systems about what Atlas is doing. We're learning from our experience with Spot and ensuring that there's a software layer that lives on top of our hardware and on top of our AI software that allows operators to easily interface with Atlas. Training it, making it better, seeing what works in the system, the progress it's making, and any issues it's run into. Something that's really important for us to do as we bring this technology into the world is interface with people when things go wrong. If you run out of inventory, how do you call over a forklift driver and let them know they need to bring something to you? That's something Atlas is going to have to do the same way that people do. Maybe we approach it differently, but we still have to solve that problem. Our Orbit software is how we do this today with Spot. On the monitor display over here, if you're on the right, we're showing how we do this today with Spot. You can see in our Orbit software what Spot is doing, the problem Spot has run into, and you can actually see your equipment and get things to make happen. Your Spot technology. Atlas will be using the same framework and the same software. And it's been proven and used at thousands of customer facilities already around the world. We have quite an advantage because we've deployed thousands of robots out into the world already with Spot and with our warehouse unloading robot, Stretch. We are so excited to finally be bringing Atlas out of the lab into live environments so that you all can see what our journey of bringing Atlas into the world really looks like. We want to show the world what it's going to take to build a real product out of humanoids that's useful and valuable in all sorts of environments, industrial and beyond. Thank you so much for joining us here today. If you have any questions, there's loads of us in the booth that can answer them for you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Giving us courage to push beyond limits.
How much time do you have?
And the strength to share the burden.